everybody, it's Aaronator here. We got our 20th episode of our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode here in the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and did the Year 4 draft, and we also went and made tons of signings with the bit of cap space that we had. We tried to re-sign most of our guys from our roster. A lot of our young guys had to get some contracts, so if you did miss out on that episode, make sure you go check it out. Link is in the description. And yeah, we are here now at free agency. I'm just going to let you guys know about what the plan is for this episode. We're going to do free agency, obviously. There are some trades that I have pre-scouted for because some of you guys have been mentioning a couple different things over the past couple episodes of who we need to keep and who we need to move on. So I've read lots of comments, and it's nice to hear from everyone. Thank you for all of your the information that you guys have let me know of what I should do and what I shouldn't do. And it took me a while to figure out what I was going to do. One of the big things, if you look at who is in free agency, there are tons of free agents. This was one of the bigger free agent years than most years. But I mentioned in the last episode, I was thinking of getting Roman Josi, who's top 2 defenseman, 90 overall. He's 30 years old. And I mean, he's a hell of a defenseman still. He doesn't look like he's showing signs of dropping, but I am not going to sign him, guys, and I'm going to let you guys know why in a sec. But after we do the free agency, we'll probably see how much simming we can get done in this episode. We will do the lines and all that, and we'll probably do at least a month, if not maybe a bit more. We'll see. Maybe we'll do like a whole half a season in this episode. We'll have to see how it goes. But for starters, I'm gonna let you guys know why I'm not signing Josi for multiple reasons. Now, it doesn't look like he's showing any signs of dropping, but this took me a while. I was really close to actually going and deciding to sign him, and everything was gonna work. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. How I do most of my trades and signings. Not usually most signings, but I decided to see if Josi would actually sign with us, and it fit within the cap, and he did sign with us. The only thing is, I looked at what a roster would look with him in there. That way I could have a good idea. It's just for visuals. That way I could actually see. And honestly, I don't think he fits greatest. And the thing is, if we do decide to trade any other guys because we have so many defensemen, there's not a guarantee he's going to stay as an elite defenseman. His potential could drop to top 4, maybe even top 6 if we're really unlucky. Probably not, but within 2 years, it will probably be a top 4 defenseman. And he'll probably stay around 88. He'll probably be a serviceable defenseman because we would have to sign him for 6 years. He'd probably be serviceable for about 4 or 5 years before he starts really dropping off and we can't trade him. Now, it's not bad, but our guys are a lot younger, and the cap that we're working with, we're trying to fit in a guy that we have Werenski. Do we really need a second one? And I understand that we got rid of Broski. Our defense isn't as strong as usual, but the thing is, we had troubles with scoring, and maybe Josi does help us with that. But I'd rather just slow down, be patient with our younger guys, because eventually we may not have enough cap to sign or to sign them, and then we're gonna have to trade Josi, which he'll probably be playing amazing for us, and so I won't want to trade him, and just tons of stuff would have to happen, and I don't want to sign Josi. I just don't feel comfortable with the cap and all that. So I'm going to pass on him. I have done lots of figuring out who we're gonna sign. So first of all, you guys were suggesting, and I was agreeing with, that we should sign Colin White. So he's 23. I don't know why Ottawa let go of him. I'm not just going to sign and trade him back to Ottawa, but a couple teams do want him here. There is a chance we may not get him, so I'm going to go 2 years, exactly what he wants, and we'll go 2.15 to try and, I was going to do 2, but we're going to do 2.15 and make sure we get him. He may not even sign after that, who knows, but you know what, if he doesn't want to sign with us, then all the power to him. He can reject us. So there's a couple other guys. I looked for prospects. I'm not going to sign Shattenkirk. I decided to go and look for more of a penalty kill guy for the future, and I found this guy, Tursambayev. I think that's how some people say it. Nikolai Tursom. Yeah, it has to be that. Something like that. But anyways, this guy, you look at his defensive awareness, he's 71 overall, and it's already 80 and 82 for stick checking, and shot blocking 74. Not bad, but all of his defensive stats, mostly aside from shot blocking, of course, and face-offs, You see, they're already in 80s, and he's already this good. So there's a chance that if he does grow to be around 80 overall, his defense could be around 5-star, and that wouldn't be bad for depth. So I'm going to take a gamble on this guy, and we'll see if he signs. Next thing, what else was I going to do? I had everything planned out, and then I actually had to take a bit of time off because I had to go do some busy stuff. So now I have to somewhat remember what I'm going to do. We're going to make a trade. Okay, yeah, we are going to make a trade. But first off, I was trying to remember, and we are going to re-sign Zach Hyman because I went through all the depth players we had from last season, and I'm going to see. I like Hyman because his shooting percentage is like above 10 for full game season. -3 isn't that bad. 27 penalty minutes. Oh well. But the cool thing is, actually, two things. He had 2 game-winning goals out of the 11 goals he scored. So that's pretty good for a fourth liner. And then he did score one of our few goals in the playoffs last year. And his shooting percentage was 14.3 because he only took 7 shots. And in 6 games as a depth guy, like a fourth liner. So, you know what? We're going to re-sign Zach Hyman because he really is a solid depth guy. I'm going to sign him for 2 years, actually. And we're going to try and see if we can get him for a one-way deal pretty cheap. 1 mil. You know what? We might as well sign 1 mil. That's a pretty fair deal. If we need to, we can trade him just for roster or cap space. But you know what? I think 2 years is fair. I'd like to lock him up. He's probably going to be a fourth liner for us for the next couple of years. Just because, I mean, I like his stats, and defensive awareness isn't that bad either. Colin White accepted, so that's good. He's very happy that we apparently gave him a lot of money, so that's good. Zach Hyman accepted, and Nikolai Tersambayev accepted. So let's see. I believe that's everything. We're not going to sign a backup just because we're still working with cap space right now. Let's see. Yeah, Yossi, look at that. Even Yossi has 6 teams offered, 6 teams interested in him, so that's kind of wild. Boston, Detroit, Islanders, New Rangers, Ottawa, Tampa. So we're just going to let those teams all battle out for him, and that's kind of cool. There's quite a few big players here. I'd be curious to see where they go to. But I am going to make, excuse me, I'm going to make a trade to trade away some cap, and this is kind of, it's probably not the greatest move, but we're gonna try and make it work. I hope to join the list of successful free agent signings. You won't regret signing me. Let's be demanding from him. Let's see what that happens. There you go. Firm approach. His morale improved. That's good. Now for trades, I'm going to trade Boone Jenner. And I'm going to trade him for another roster player that's been on the trade block for a while, but I've never like, I kept on thinking about this guy, but I was just like, you know what, I don't really want to do this because he's actually a pretty young player. But let me quickly get up every player in this trade right now. So it's gonna be, let me look. It's gonna be Boone Jenner, and it's gonna be who else? Makoshin. And we're going to throw in, what's his name? We'll throw in Nesterov just for fun. And Weinhold. Because just all these extra players we don't really need. Sure, Schallenberg. And we're going to trade all this. Oh, wrong team. Shoot, they wanted them. Yeah, they don't want these guys. That's why I thought. Okay, anyways. Yeah, you see it right on the trade block right there. Robbie Fabry. So he's been on the trade block for a while. And he's on a good cap hit. And 2.425 million per year. He's a second line forward, and he's been like this for quite a while. And I'm looking at their team, and probably even next year he may have a chance to fit on their roster. Especially, there are some guys that eventually will have 1 year left in his contract, and he'll be a bit younger. But they want to trade him. He's happy. He's been on that team for a while, and I'm pretty sure they haven't won a Stanley Cup yet. So why not make a change? Boone Jenner is kind of like an ideal player for them, right? I mean, they like those big fours like David Backes. So I think Boone Jenner fits the bill. I looked at defensive players and all that for our team, and I think we have guys who can fit on the penalty kill just fine. That's why I decided to trade him over Saad, because Saad is a very consistent season performer, and I think he can do well in the playoffs as well. So if we need to, we can even try Saad on the penalty kill. He has pretty good defensive stats. It's just the shot blocking category that I liked for Jenner, but we got guys who can fill that position. So just a second, that trade can go through, but I decided to add in an extra defenseman because they have a lot of unhappy defensemen here, and although we're trading a lot of guys back, I just wanted to get someone in return. And this guy who had a cheap contract, 1 year left, 26 years old, Top 4 potential, so there's a chance, but probably unlikely. Jordan Schmaltz, he hasn't really developed. I'm going to put him in this trade because I like his defensive awareness even being unhappy. So that looks pretty good. Schmaltz and Fabry for that. I think that'll go through. It might not. So we're going to try this. Jenner, McCaution, and Weinhold, getting some younger defensemen to potentially go into their lineup for Fabry and Schmaltz. Will this go through? Nope, trade rejected. Okay, so the original time I did this, I made the trade with Nadavara, but I was worried because they wouldn't have enough cap to sign him. It'd be kind of an unfair trade. But you know what? They want him, and he does fit well into their lineup. Plus, we're getting Schmaltz, who's a good, solid defenseman. I'm not going to lie. Weinhold, McCaution. Let's give him a younger defenseman, I think. Yeah, we'll take back McCaution, and that might go through, I think. We'll try that. None of our Weinhold, Jenner, and Fabry in exchange for Fabry and Schmaltz. Will it go through? Sweeten the value just a touch. I can put in a draft pick. I think I'm going to do that because we can get more from McCaution in return to another team. So we'll just add in a 7th there. Maybe we'll have to add in even more if it's... Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll just change. We'll just keep on upping it for a bit. It's all right. 6th round pick. And there you go, trade accepted. I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the St. Louis Blues, and we consider it a done deal. So hopefully those guys get their morale back up joining Columbus, and I think this is a smart move to make for our team. Now we have lots of salary cap space available, and if you see, it's enough salary cap space just to fit in Yossi, but I didn't want to do anything because potentially I might want to get some more. I knew I had to sign depth, and plus I may even want to get a backup goalie later on in the season. So. I was originally going to trade McCaution to Montreal, but let's try and look for a draft pick that would... I mean, we could get a second potentially. Yeah, we could probably get a second. Why not try it? McCaution for a 2nd round pick just to trade away some cap. And honestly, I don't think he fits in our lineup, especially since some of you guys were saying that Merkley's probably going to be ready soon. And I agree with that. So... I mean, some guys, morale changes obviously are going to matter, but he's unhappy with the team, so we're going to try and trade him to Montreal, and trade rejected. So I'll quickly fix this up. Let me see. Can we add in any of like the prospects from... I'll find a team that wants him and some of our extra guys, just to be a bit more fair. Spruev... What is he? Is he a two-way forward or a sniper? He's a sniper, so we're probably not going to use him. So there you go. Yep, let's look at that. Probably won't trade all those guys. Give me one sec, guys. So we're going to trade McCaution and Nesterov to Ottawa because they could be looking for some more defensemen possibly to fill a hole. They only have a couple guys that are actually really that great and then some depth here. So McCaution could probably make their roster if he even develops anymore. So this is probably a good trade for Ottawa. They're getting 2 young defensive prospects. Will this go through? And trade accepted. There you go. So we got McCaution in exchange for a 2nd round pick. That helps replenish our draft picks that we have traded away over the course of these past couple seasons. And so now we just got some morale issues because obviously even McCaution had a lot of friends here. So Murray, I'm not happy that you chose trade away Marcus Nodavar. It really changed the locker room for me. Well, he was not going to be on our team anyways, Murray, and we kind of had to, you know, like he didn't fit and he was going to cost a lot of money. So plus, I mean, you're a defenseman, so technically if you wanted to get traded, then he probably would have been mad at the same thing. So I don't know. I guess it's fair, but whatever. Be demanding. There you go. He respects me. Robbie Fabry, being traded is a big change, but I'll make you proud of your choice. Just be demanding from all these guys. Yeah, they accept it. Same thing from Schmaltz, demanding. Look at that. Those St. Louis Blues know what they're talking about. They're nice and demanding, and they will accept. But they'll probably choke in the playoffs. Oh, did I say something? Okay, so... Actually, they're doing pretty well in real life, so I shouldn't say anything. Better than the Canucks, at least. Okay, so we're done signing free agents, and yeah, I think we should be good. There's not really anything else I want to do. There isn't any backup goalies. I'd just be curious to see where everyone signs. Like, even Bobrovsky, I'd be curious to see where he signs. So let's just advance a couple days here. We'll go to, like, July 10th, I guess. That seems to work. Sometimes some of the bigger guys are... Yeah, like, see, Johansson's still available, but some of those bigger guys sometimes stay just because not enough teams are actually willing to pay enough money, or they just pay too much money or something like that. Dallas signed Justin Braun. Let's see, who else? Looking down here, Chris Kreider goes to Boston for a 2-year contract. Okay. Tampa Bay, Roman Josi to Tampa. So maybe you could argue that, hey, if we signed him, then an Eastern Conference team wouldn't have gotten Josi. So look out for Tampa. They got Josi and Hedman. Holy crap, that's wild. Let's see. We got our guys. Is there no one else signed? Gustav Nyquist went to Tampa. Wow, Tampa's just flipping signing all these free agents. Alexei Emlin goes to Toronto, Nathan Beaulieu to Carolina, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm looking for any other names I recognize that are like bigger NHL players. Some of these are prospects, which it's like maybe they have developed, but I have no idea. Dmitry Orlov goes to Dallas, Matt Irwin to LA, Wideman and Carlson to Washington, and yep. So actually, I think the biggest free agents like Backstrom and Johansson are still there. I think a lot of forwards are still there. That's kind of wild. That really is kind of wild. So we might have to look into that. If any like depth guys want a 1-year contract, like even a Craig Smith, that wouldn't be bad to put on the 4th line, penalty kill, stuff like that. Because I mean, now that probably would fit in our lineup, and I mean to stack it up even more, that wouldn't be bad. So we'll probably look at that eventually, but we'll just keep simming. So. I kind of wanted to just show you guys because it's kind of cool seeing that a lot of bigger names, like even Nicholas Backstrom, I can't believe Washington didn't re-sign him. They just didn't have the cap space, and now he's going to go to some random other team. And so, yeah, that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I am taking a lot of time to do this. Oh my gosh, we're already at 20 minutes. What the heck? Signings, let's keep looking. So, Diskepi, you guys can see most of these names goes to Ottawa. Deneau went to Calgary, so... old face that we had last season, he got to Calgary. Vancouver, I saw something there. Yeah, it's just a prospect. Colin White, compensation from Detroit. Who's that? Marcus Nutavara. Ooh, so Detroit gets Nutavara to a 3-year deal, and St. Louis gets a 2nd-round pick, so not bad. Pelech, Brian Little goes to Minnesota for a 3-year contract. Let's see, anything else? I'm just looking at the top more. Ryan Johansson, long-term 7-year deal to Ottawa. Wow. Hamnick goes back to the Islanders for 3 years. That's wild. There's some crazy contracts here. Nicholas Backstrom. What? Flipping Backstrom and... See, I told you there was going to be flipping wild. Johansson and Backstrom both went to flipping... Okay, now we got to look at their team for a second. I want to see this. You know what? Why not actually... I haven't done this in a long while, so why not... Well, I'll do all of our lines. We'll get all of that ready for next season. We'll go. We'll sim a month in, and that way every team will have their full rosters and stuff like that. And then we will. That way we can see. We can actually see. I wouldn't mind doing that. That would actually be a cool thing to do. Just to look at all the players that they have on their teams. I won't go. I won't show goalies. Oh, that's kind of bad. I think Bobrovsky's not. Bobrovsky wasn't signed, was he? Are we going to re-sign him back? I have no idea. That'd be wild. This is going to be a really long episode, guys, so hopefully you guys still respect the long episodes. There's probably some people who aren't leaving comments, and in their head they're just like, dude, this guy's ridiculous. How the heck does he flip and record for 50 minutes? And I mean, most of these videos are turning to 40, 50 minutes, so... Whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, you guys, I don't post daily content, so I guess that's all right. You guys can just watch it over a couple days. Get some more views that way, right? I don't know. It's all part of my master plan, right? Because clearly I framed it all up to be like that. Come on. I might as well skip all this, but I mean, it's already... It said 19 days left in free agent. It's going to be done quick, so... I guess I have to do the lines. So, you know what? Yeah, I will go do the lines here, guys, and then... we'll see. Maybe we'll show you teams, players. We'll check that out maybe in a bit. But yeah, so keep on talking. See you guys in a sec. I couldn't cut it out. I just had to show you guys that I was literally that close to flipping finishing. Okay, see you guys in a sec. So guys, I've decided I'm not gonna do any simming in this episode. It's still a pretty long episode, but there's no sim. I'm sorry for like directing you guys and saying I'm gonna do some sim. I don't want to do any sim. I'd like to see what you guys think for lines. If you guys could give me some lines, that'd be actually really nice. And the rest of this video we're just gonna use to check out teams. So if you do not want to check out all those teams, I'll quickly show you what our lines are looking like, just a possibility, and possible guys that we could sign, because we actually need to look at some depth. So anyways, as you can see here, we have a nice center core with a bunch of guys that are under 23, all 87 plus overall, and we are pretty stacked on that third line with flipping Nico Hischier. Holy crap. Okay, so we got to figure this out. This is going to be a lot of things to do here. So some of you guys were suggesting put Keller on the left wing, but I like all of our face-off stats. It's ridiculous. We have one of the best face-off takers like groups in the league. Not like a 90 plus guy, but all like 80 in the 80s is like amazing in like continuous years after all the good guys retire. But anyways, it'll probably look like, I mean, if we gave Hischier penalty kill and power play time, we could put him on the third line, especially since he's only a second line forward, but I'm not going to do that. Atkinson in the top line works. Fabry, Sod, something like that. Yep. I just got to look. Colin White could be our fourth line center, unless we want it. Like, the thing is, yeah, it'd probably be Shaw would be, but the only thing is we actually have Levin here too. So that's a big problem. Why does this deep? I don't understand. Why can't their offense? Can we okay? They should make a feature. NHL should make a feature in this game where you can choose what stats you want to develop. If you have a two-way forward, his flipping defensive stats should go up, not a flipping amazing shooter Stamkos style. Maybe that's just for the randomized, cool, interesting part of the game. But I mean, I want my snipers to have good shooting categories and good offensive awareness categories. It's kind of ridiculous that it's. Oh my goodness. Okay, David Levin, he's a cool cookie. So he'll probably go on the third line. Shaw is a second line forward, but we're gonna give him probably. I don't know how that's gonna work. We might have to give him fourth line time with a bunch of penalty kill time. Hyman can go left wing there. Unless we just give Levin power play time and put him on the fourth line with like something like that. Keller, you guys are probably wanting to go. We could put Fabry at center here and Keller on there, but if we gave like Dubois power play and or penalty kill time, or Keller, like this is actually really interesting. We're gonna need you guys to chime in on like lots of things, because we have a ton of young players. I don't mind moving some guys down, but I want our top guys, like mainly Keller and Hischier especially, to be in the top 6. Levin, I'm okay with in top 3, like top 9 lines, because he's a third line scorer. Colin White, if you guys think we should make him second line center, you guys, I don't know. I don't care. Well, I do care, but you guys can chime in on that. And we got our top 2 defensemen in Zach Werenski. So I'm gonna shut up. Yeah. So Schmaltz, the reason I signed him, you see defense awareness up there. Skater. Yeah, this is gonna be a good defensive pairing, I think. And if you look at this, it would have been an amazing decor, but now, especially with Merkley coming out, which I'll show you guys in a second. Did I actually bring him up? I don't think I did. No, I did not. So you guys can let me know what you think about that. Realistically, it would have been Yossi, Hetherington's Yossi. Just imagine that. It would have been Werenski, Yossi, Jones, Murray, Tedor, Schmaltz. And the only thing with Tedor, I might have done this and then give Murray tons of penalty kill time, but it's just with Merkley and Tedor both being still relatively young, especially relatively young. I mean, for Tedor, Merkley's still really young, but even if he did come in, it may have not worked. Just even for the future with all these guys developing, we would have had to pay Murray and all this money to be a penalty killer and top 6 guy. So this was the team I felt I could best win with, and I'm okay with it. AHL, I'll show you the guys that have developed. So we have a couple guys who could be in our depth. We could use Stenlund. We could use Kwiatkowski, if you guys feel he's ready. We could use Givens, because he has a pretty decent defensive category, just not the defensive awareness, of course. Apparently he's amazing at everything that comes to defense, being a playmaker, but he doesn't know how to use it, apparently. I don't know how that works. Defensive awareness being 78, okay. Stuart Vegetti, again, yeah, so you guys can let me know who you think we should maybe add for depth on forward. Merkley is a depth defenseman, so should we make him a 7th guy? Will he be okay with that? Should we play him as top 6? Should we play like over Hetherington or Schmaltz? Should we play him in the AHL? Like, what do you guys think? What would be the best thing for him? Because that's probably one of the things I don't like, is when you have a depth defenseman, but like, but they're young and they're elite potential. I think if we play him, he will develop. I think if we keep him in the AHL, he won't. So the only thing I don't like is, will he perform well in the NHL and his defensive awareness 82, all that stuff. But you guys can let me know. Dale Petrovic, he could be our guy to call up. Same with Ernst. The thing is, we need to bring up someone eventually. Carlson's also there. We have quite a few guys. Goalies, Turnbull, Brad Thiessen. Maybe we'll sign another guy for the AHL. I'll show free agents right now. If Bobrovsky's there, guys, I wouldn't... I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea. But let me just quickly double check that. Free agents. Yeah, that's... okay, so there's tons of guys here. Yeah, Braden Shen. Okay. There's tons. Okay, so there's quite a few guys we could choose from here. I don't think I'm going to sign Armia because I don't really want to have a playmaker's like depth there. We could sign a depth forward. I have looked for the best defensive guys, but I haven't found too many guys in the past. Corrado, we could get one of the best defensemen in the NHL. We could also trade for Jeff Petrie. He's the next best defenseman in the NHL. Goalies, just an inside meme, guys. It's okay. I know he's not that great. Oh, now all you Montreal fans are screaming at me. Bebeau is a backup goalie, so actually we could sign him if we wanted to be backup and then move down our younger goalie. But you guys can let me know. Maybe we'll give him the chance first. We could sign Bebeau even for the AHL if we want. But yeah, Bobrovsky isn't there. So if you want, yeah, you know what? That is it. I'm going to finish the episode there. If there's anything you guys think we should sign for defense or forwards, but yeah, so what do you think for line changes? What do you think the moves I made? It's a long episode and we didn't get any simming done. I'm sorry, guys. I promise I will try as hard as I can. I have tons of stuff coming up, but I promise as long as you guys comment away, and I mean, even if you don't comment, I'll probably still have to think of something. I will think of something no matter what. I'll plan it all out, and I'll try to get it faster than I usually do. Like, I've been waiting 3, 4, 5 even plus days, like a week per. So, yeah, tons of stuff is happening, even upcoming. But I'll try as hard as I can, guys, to try and make it fit in. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna end off the video here, guys. I'm gonna do maybe a little music in the background, do a montage just to show you guys all the players and goalies. Phone, shut up, and okay, sorry, I just cut that out. It's just a lot easier. So anyways, I mean, I cut it out even just to say I'm gonna outro it. So basically, I'm just gonna do a little mini montage to show you guys who's in the league. I'm actually excited to see who is there. I'm not gonna show reactions or anything. It's not like that. I'll just put in some music. If you guys want to see who's on the teams, maybe we can even make a trade for someone if you feel like doing that. I'm just going to go all skaters, do it by overall, and that's how we're going to set it. There may be some guys who have down morale, and it's like, oh, Crosby is down morale, but he's like 76 overall for some reason, so you won't be able to see him. But, I mean, it's fine, okay? I'm going to show players, and I'll show all skaters, and I'll show goalies. So, yeah, but that's it. If you just wanted to watch the part of the video that was there and you don't want to care for this, that's fine. You guys can leave, whatever you want to do. But anyways, it's just for you guys if you want to see it. It'll be kind of interesting to see even where Bobrovsky went. But yeah, that'll be it. So, sorry for making it such a long video again. Sorry for the Sam. I'll try and get it out as usual, as quick as I can. But anyways, that's the end of the episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Take you there.